The adits we explored in the first video are on the other side of this hill, and so now we're going to check out this side of the mine. And as you can see, there's a fair amount of stuff over here as well. Just zooming in now on the primary adit that we're going to go into. That's it there, and you can see there's the rail leading out there to an ore chute there. And you can see the mains of several structures here in the foreground, as well as a trestle leading down the hill. And we'll see more of that later. Just wanted to give you a different perspective on this because all the other filming is going to be on the ground, of course. And that is how it looks from above. There's a big picture view. I just thought it looked really cool how the rail ran along the side of the hill there from the adit or to the adit, depending on your perspective. And we'll be going in there shortly to check it out. Okay, so I just came over the mountain there, and as you can see, there's some more workings over on this side. There was a small adit right there that looked like it tied into some bigger stuff. We'll investigate that in a bit. But you can see there's a crude ore chute running down there, and that actually ties into this more sophisticated ore chute here. It's actually a twin ore chute, and you can see rails running into it. And so a cart could have come out this way and done a side dump down this one, which is almost completely gone now, or it could have done a front unload or front dump. Actually, you can still see some of the rock there that would have come out, and they would dump down there into a waiting ore cart below. And then there's a trestle running down the hill here, and it would have tied into something down there where they could have loaded it onto trucks or whatever. And you can see they also put a walkway running up the trestle there, and some stairs right there. And then behind me are rails running off around the side of the mountain, which I think is really cool. And those tie into an adit over here. And you can see some rail and stuff dropping down the waste rock pile, scraps of wood and stuff down there. And there, I'm not sure if that was part of a tram or what that was at one time. But past it here, now this was originally a ventilation pipe, but I think they've repurposed it as a crude ore chute. The reason I say that is because the opening is right here at the top, and that's the adit there. And you can see there is even a rail curving out towards it, or they could have taken wheelbarrows or something out and dumped the waste rock ore on the top of this chute, and it would have run down. You can see it's anchored to the side of the hill there as well. And you see it dumps out at that level area right there where somebody could drive up to. So I think this was a crude ore chute to get the ore down there without needing to use carts or anything like that. Just a guess, but I think that's what it was. Alright, let's go check out this adit. With a rail like that coming out, the whole trestle system, I'm hoping for something good. Alright, heading inside. Okay, inside the portal now, and you can see we've picked up some track, which is nice. There's also some hose on the ground right there, and the track carries off that way. To our left here, there's just a little pocket. Don't believe that goes up anywhere. No, I just took out a little piece there. So let's see where this main drift runs. You can see see that pipe or hose right there. That's metal. There's a pipe right there, and the tracks keep going this way. Okay, so we have a choice here. There's a drift running off that way. I can see some track there. Fair amount of rock and rubble on the ground here, and then there's also a fair amount of rubble here. And the tracks keep going that way, as does this pipe. I think I'll stick with right-hand rules, and we'll go down this main one for now. There's tumbleweeds back here. And let's see. Okay. Little pocket there. Keeps running that way. There is a ladder going up to an area there. We'll check that out later. See, there's a fair amount of rock on the ground here. And it stretches back this way. Might as well go here since we're already pointing this direction. And looks like it dead ends right there. I'll just double check. Yeah, that just dead ends right there. There's a look up. See some track up there. So obviously there's no level up there. We'll hit that on the way out. For now, I want to finish up this drift that we were on, or should say started out on. See, there's another pocket running down there. So, something of a junction here. Keep going this way. The rails take a sharp left here, and they stop here, and this was stoped out there and here, and what do we have here? Okay, this keeps going. See some gobbing there, and ladder going to an upper level there. Like I said, we'll hit that on the way out. And see a timber right there. I see the rail here, and I'll bet that is the one that ran off to the left farther back. We'll confirm that, of course, but I think that's what that is. Meanwhile, this drifting keeps going. That looks a bit sketchy right there. You see they just cleared a bunch of material out of here, and looks like there's something there, which means I have to go into that sketchy one. I'll hit that on the way out since that's on the left. In the meantime, we'll keep going to the right, although maybe not very far. That, I can't tell if that's a collapse. I mean, I'm really not sure of this one. I mean, that looks like solid rock back there. So I'm not sure about this one, but obviously not able to go there. And then this went back to there and has been backfilled. So I guess we are going to go down the sketchy one now after all. Okay. Yeah, I really don't care for that too much. Just going to squeeze by that as quickly as possible. Alright. What do we have waiting for us? Okay, not much. We've got some heavily reinforced timber right there. And it just sort of seems to stop right here, so not sure what the deal was with that. Okay, this is that section I just came from. To my right, this is where I came in from originally, and then behind us here is that drift I think was that one to the left. So let's go out this way and see if that does indeed connect. Oh, it gets more complicated. Okay, so I really think that one connected back there where we were. To the right here, interesting timbering here. So to the right, let's see, they cleaned out a pocket there, and it carries in here. Looks like there might be a false floor there in front of us. And looks like it cleared out a big chamber here as well. It looks like that drops down. I'll go check that in a second. Is it above us? And that does indeed drop down there. Nothing of note here or over here. Let me sidle around to the side of this thing. Okay, that doesn't really look like that. It goes very far. I'm not sure why they really did that, to be honest with you. Huh. False floor, but it only goes down a few feet below it, so there you have it. And there is, looking back from where we came. And then here's a view down to where I can tell it drops off. So let's go check that. Oh wow. Huh. It does indeed drop down there. Which means I'm going to have to go down there too, unfortunately. Okay, that's looking back through that hole we were just looking through. This didn't really come down to anything at all. Just a little chamber down here they cleaned out. And it stops behind me here. And that is it, except for this board here. That doesn't go anywhere, that just goes back about a foot and stops. So, head back out. Okay, so that's the area we just finished exploring. That's that false floor right there. This is the direction we originally came in from. And then behind me is that drift that I really think connects to that one we saw on the left. So I'm going to go this way just to confirm that. Little pocket right there. Anyway, just to confirm that this is in fact that drift, and then we can check out that upper level, assuming that this is what I think it is. Yeah, see, that's where we came in right there. So what I will do is I'll head back down here, and then we can climb that ladder waiting for us here. So I'm going to climb that ladder and I will rejoin you up there. Okay, I'm on top of the ladder now after having climbed up from down there, and it's a little cramped in here. As you can see, I'm in a little cavity right here. However, there's a bulkhead or something right here, and it looks like it opens up once I get through that. Yes, it does. A lot. So, got some stopes up there and there. There's a drift running off this way. That looks like the door to the bulkhead behind me here. That's where I just came through. And then, running off to the right of the bulkhead is a very safe looking section of rail there, or track that runs off that way. think we'll save that one for the way out. And so for now, let's see where this goes on the left. Fair amount of wood back here. Pretty spacious little section right here. And again, that's another view of those, or I should say one of those stopes right there. That's all solid rock. Got that metal pipe running along here and some track. You see where the ties and the track are right there. Looks a little beat up. Here's some more wood. Okay, that's one of those sections we were looking up to from below. Remember we looked up from down there and saw the track right here? That was that section there. And looks like we're gonna have a false floor in front of us. And that's funny. The pipe comes from back there, runs along here, takes a sharp curve up there, 90-degree turn there, up to there, another 90-degree turn across the track here, another 90-degree turn, and then back that way. Looks like there's another bulkhead or something back there. I know these timbers are old, but they look like they were put in yesterday. It's amazing how well the desert preserves the wood here. Okay, you can see they put some timbers in there to hold up this section they cleared out here. False floor here. This one's a tad deeper than the one below. You see they cleared out a cavity down there. Looks like that's about the extent of it. Make sure this is okay. Yeah, it feels pretty solid. And let's see. Got some timbering above us here. That's interesting. That bolt right there. Okay, what else do we have here? Okay, so there's some track running off to here. Okay, there's an ore chute right there. I'll have a look at that in a minute. And then in front of us, we are blocked off, which is curious. I'll go look over that in a minute. And we've got some stoping up there. Sorry, the rock's blocking the light. Stoping up there. And I can't tell if there's anything else. We'll check that in a minute. Let's do right hand rules, I was about to say before I stumbled. Alright, there's a pretty solid looking ore chute. Okay. So the ore chute runs up to there. I think that connects to that stope we saw on the other side. And it's not plugged up. Usually they're plugged up, but this one is not. And there is a view of what is in the front, and then looking up it. Okay, there's that ore chute I just came from, and the section below. And now let's see if we can figure out what this is all about over here. See, at one time the rail did go back there. There's a very old light bulb container. Okay, so we got this fence thing here, and it is very stoped out above us. That ore chute ran off of either this one or this one over here. And
Just gonna look at those stopes up there, and then also stoped out behind us here. And in front of us here, looks like it drops off there, and that this wall in front of us here was put to contain waste rock, since this all appears to be waste rock here. Okay, I'm up on top of the waste rock on the other side of that fence thing. We are just filming over there, and you can see that they extended the search for ore down to there, and then at one time they did a fair amount of work through here. That's all plugged up with the waste rock now. I don't know if that was an ore passage at one time. It's just really hard to say now. And kind of slippery back here. Sorry. And I think that ore chute we saw earlier is back that way. So that appears to be it for here. Let's head back to that sketchy section of rail and see what we can do with that. Okay, we just came from this section. There's that bulkhead we originally used to get up to this level. And I am back at these sketchy rails. I think that I'm just going to sort of duck walk across them and get it. Yeah, this should work. Get us over. You guys should see me right now. That's what I'm doing to get across them. Anyway, get across here and see what we're working with. Okay, so I just came off the rails there. Directly to my left here is a passage running up here. I'll go up there in just a second. And in front of us, the rails keep going out that way. So let's just check to the left here real quick. Okay, that goes up those stopes we saw a moment ago. You can see there's a little stoped out section here, and some gobbing right there. And let's see. Okay, drift runs off that way. And up there, that is an enormous nest right there. Wow. I can't even imagine what that must be. Man, I'm going to guess it's a bird nest because of the crap running down right there. Wow. Okay, so that runs off that way. That huge, huge nest is right there. Stope runs off that way. This section runs to the outside right there. It's dark now, obviously. And again, these are the stopes that we were looking up into before from down there. There's that bulkhead that we keep coming across. There's some stoped out section right there, and then that nest is right there. This actually looks like it goes back a little bit farther than I realized. Maybe not. There's stoped out up there. There's another nest right there. And then in front of us, I think it just ends right here. Maybe not. No. It goes around the bend and then stops there. And then actually above us, extends up for quite a ways actually. quite a ways actually. Let's see, it keeps going farther than I expected. So yeah, all the way up into there. Okay, that's that section we're just checking out with the huge nest up there. And these are the sketchy rails that we crossed. And this appears to be the way out, or a different way out. That just connects with that that other passage there. And yep, this takes us to the outside world. Here we are.
Alright, that's looking down on the collapsed shaft there. You can see the remains of the head frame down in the pit too. That pit is the classic look of a collapsed shaft. You'll see that in a lot of places where there are collapsed shafts. And this is all waste rock you're seeing down there. Now, this cement structure is a bit of a mystery to me. Looking at where it is in relation to the shaft, though, and the way it's structured, I think that would be where trucks sort of backed up there and had ore and waste rock dumped into them. Let's another look at it, and you can also see those ribbons of waste rock heading out from where the shaft was. And there would have been rail on there that ore carts would have taken out and just dumped off there. This is a view out over that valley where the mine is. I just thought it was an impressive view and worth showing. You gotta love those Nevada deserts.